Hey, hello. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate you taking the time, especially around the holidays. Like, this is such a crazy time for everybody. So I really do appreciate it. And thank you for being here. I'm going to share my screen. And are you guys able to see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the Motivation to Move, Ignite Your Desire to Exercise workshop. And what I'm going to do here is I am going to teach you a little bit about habits. And then after that, what I'm going to do is do a hypnosis so that I can hypnotically install everything that you've learned so that we can make it easy and automatic to actually do the process. Okay. So I know some of you I don't know. I am Rebecca Kramer, Becky Kramer. I have 360 Fresh Hypnosis. I am a hypnotherapist. I am certified in EFT or emotional freedom technique. I also am a certified stress management consultant. I am a Reiki master. Among a bunch of other certifications because I am a self-proclaimed self-help junkie. So I love learning. I love learning about this stuff. I have a bachelor's of science in psychology from the University of Pittsburgh. So I love all this stuff. I love the brain, the unconscious mind. I love all of it. So I'm just going to make sure that everybody is muted here. Let me see how I do that. Just so that there's no distractions. Okay, so we're good here. Okay, so to start off, I do not claim to know all of this. I do not claim that I made any of this up. I am standing on the shoulder of giants. I'm taking a lot of these principles from these books. The major one that I've been focusing on for this presentation is Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg. He is a Stanford professor and researcher. And then there's also Atomic Habits. I believe that James Clear actually modeled his off of Tiny Habits by BJ Fogg. And then another researcher is Wendy Wood, and she has the book Good Habits, Bad Habits. There's a plethora of habit books, but they all kind of come down to these same principles. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys this video, and this is kind of going to just give you a basis for how this works, how these little tiny things can add up to be big things. So it only takes about a minute, so let's watch. Can you guys hear that? No? Okay, hold on. Let me share my sound. Give me a second.
Everybody knows about playing with dominoes, but what you may not know is that a domino can knock over another domino, which is about 1.5 times larger. So what I have here is a chain of dominoes. Each one is 1.5 times larger than the previous one. And the smallest domino is about 5 millimeters high and 1 millimeter thick. And I will carefully place it. And there are 13 dominoes, and the largest domino, it weighs about 100 pounds, and is more than 1 meter tall. Ready? Boom. That was 13 dominoes. If I had 29 dominoes, The last domino would be as tall as the Empire State Building.
Okay, so I just love the part where he's like, boom. It makes me laugh every time. But anyhow, so this is kind of to illustrate how just these little tiniest habit can just build up over time and really create big changes in your life. So I'm going to put a warning out here. This is really simple, like so simple. You guys might be like, are you serious? This is so simple. But if you practice it, I promise it will change your life. So, question, what is the best exercise? And I took this from my teacher, Mike Mandel. The best exercise, the one you'll actually do. Okay. So there, we always have plans of like, I'm going to start running, I'm going to start swimming, I'm going to start XYZ. If you don't actually like it, if it's not something that you're going to actually stick with, you're not going to do it. Like you might think, oh yeah, this is the best exercise out there. Like I've heard that spinning class is the best. If you're not going to do it, it's not the best for you. Okay. So just keep that in mind. And the question we want to ask ourselves is, what is one thing that I can do that is challenging but realistic and I can maintain it forever? So I'm not saying that you have to do this forever, but keep in the back of your mind, is this something that I could continue to do forever? If it's not, it's probably not something that you want to start out with as your habit. So this is a recipe for what we're going to do here. We're going to pick one tiny little habit. What we're going to do is we're going to say, so I'm giving some examples here. After I start my coffee, I will do 2 squats. We want it to be simple, something that we can do. After I flush the toilet. So these are things you're already doing. This is called habit stacking, something that you're already doing. So after I flush the toilet, I will do 1 wall push-up. Now, different people have different, abilities, levels, that they can work with. Some people have, injuries, disabilities. So you want to pick something that's going to work for you. So, a wall push-up is really easy. You can use your body weight against the wall. We do want to keep this simple with 1. So let me give this last example. After I brush my teeth, I will walk in place for 10 seconds. So these are easy. So this morning, well, actually yesterday morning and this morning, I actually woke up feeling not that great. And I've been putting into place a habit of after I flush the toilet, I do 10 squats. So I've actually built that up though. I started with 1 squat. So yesterday, whenever I woke up and I really wasn't feeling good, I didn't want to do 10 squats. Like I didn't feel good. But after I flushed the toilet, I went back to that 1 squat, which is doable even whenever you don't feel good, even whenever you have something else going on in your life. And the purpose of that is that I kept my habit. I continued to do it, even though I had to back it down to just 1 instead of the 10 that I had worked up to. So it's a matter of keeping yourself accountable, keeping those promises to yourself that you're going to continue this habit. So even if you do 1 squat after you flush the toilet, you're still continuing that habit and you don't have to feel bad about yourself. You don't have to feel like, oh, I was going great and I just wiped that all out, because you kept that one thing. So one of the things that he talks about, BJ Fogg talks about in the book is that if it's something that you start letting go that you're not doing anymore, it's too big. Like you need to scale it down. And he talks about this isn't an exercise example, but in his book, he talked about how he was building that habit of flossing his teeth. And he started with flossing one tooth, just one. Like it sounds like, well, what's one tooth really going to do for you? But by just flossing that one tooth, it helped snowball that habit. So here's the breakdown of how we start to find that thing and implement these changes. So what we do is we start with an anchor. He calls it the ABC. So the A is the anchor. So use an existing routine like brushing your teeth, brewing your coffee, closing the refrigerator door, just something that you do every day. So, or even like your phone ringing. So it's something that happens all the time. We're going to anchor that and have that be our reminder to start that new tiny behavior. So, like I said, I started doing when I flush the toilet, I do one squat. So the next is the B in the ABC is the behavior. So it's the new tiny behavior. So this is, doing that one little thing. Maybe it's that one wall push up. So, say after I put my toothbrush down from brushing my teeth, I do one wall push up. And the C is for celebration. So this is something that we do. It's just to say yes. And this seems so silly, but it is the most important part of the steps. So important that in the book Tiny Habits, he actually dedicates a whole chapter just to this celebration. So this creates new neural pathways in your brain telling you that you enjoy this. It sends those endorphins. So you just say like yes, or I don't know if anybody follows Mel Robbins. She has a book called The High Five Habit. So she says to high five yourself in the mirror. So it's the same principle as celebrating yourself, finding those moments, after we do this thing, just yes. And he calls it your shine. So just something that makes you feel happy. And even if like that feels weird to you, even if you're like, well, I don't know, like I can say yes, but I don't know that I really feel it. I kind of feel silly doing it. Maybe even find yourself laughing at the fact that like you feel silly doing it. It makes you feel like kind of childlike. And even just laughing because you feel so silly really helps to anchor in that, like, yes, I did it. So you can think of times whenever, like, think of a time whenever maybe you were at work and you nailed a project, or, for me, like, I finally folded and put away all that laundry in the house. Like, how do you celebrate yourself? Like, do you just go like, yes, or do you like do a little happy dance, or what is that little thing that's that shine moment? Just try to think of that and implement that into this. So the first step again is that anchor. So the A is anchor, the B is that behavior, the tiny new behavior, and the C is that celebration. So the ABCs. Like I said, this seems so simple. Like you might be like, yeah, I know this. Like you're not telling me anything new, like whatever. But sometimes it just takes like these aha moments for this stuff to click. Like I've heard this before, but whenever I was really like, you know what, let's just do this. Like let's do it. And it was like such an aha moment. Like I would say that I was somebody who was horrible with consistency. Like I would not be consistent with anything. And this has been helping so much to scale it down to one thing and just anchoring it to something I'm already doing, flushing the toilet, do one squat, and then afterwards just like, yes. And you can ask my kids. I'm definitely doing this every time I go to the bathroom, and they're like, Mom, you don't have to do squats right now. We need to get going. I'm like, yes, I do. too. Okay. So the key with this is you just keep doing it. You just keep moving forward. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to do a hypnosis, and we're going to just install this so that it makes it a habitual thing for you. We're going to work on just imagining ourselves um, succeeding in doing this and practice that. Um, who all here has experience with hypnosis? All of us? Okay, great. That's awesome. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to explain a little bit, just for anybody who's watching this recording that may not be familiar with hypnosis, because some people, they feel a little bit skeptical about hypnosis. Some people question whether they can be hypnotized or not. They think it's mind control. Um, so I want to just say, for anyone here or anyone that's watching this as a recording, that if you're feeling that way, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. If you're feeling super confident about hypnosis, that's just right too. So what I want you to do, help you do, is understand what to expect during this hypnosis session coming up. So some people may experience like a heaviness, like their bodies are just like melting, sinking into the surface beneath them. Some people might feel a light, floaty sensation as if their body's becoming very light, almost as if they're floating up and out of their chair. And some people might experience this mysterious sensation of just sitting there in the chair and listening to my voice. So I just want you to know that whatever you experience, if you experience one of those, a combination, or none of them at all, that you're exactly where you're supposed to be, and you're getting what you need to out of this hypnosis session. So you can expect to remember as much from this hypnosis session as you would from any conversation. So sometimes we have a conversation with someone and your mind might drift and you can't really remember what was said. Sometimes you remember every single word that was said. It's going to be the same with this. So we're also in this process, I'm going to be asking you to imagine or visualize. And some people will tell me that they can't do that. So what I want you to do is just take a second and close your eyes for me. Good. And I want you to just imagine that you're in your kitchen and just see the layout of the kitchen, experience the layout, the colors, the textures. And just imagine that you walk to the fridge. Imagine reaching out, grabbing the handle of your fridge, and opening the door. And just imagine looking inside, there's a bottle of water. And you grab that bottle of water, you open it up, and you take a sip. Okay, very good. Open your eyes. You just visualized. It's as simple as that. So that's what I mean by imagining and visualizing. Some people might see pictures, some people might hear sounds, some people might just have a sense or knowing of what's happening. So everybody experiences a little bit different, and however you experience it is just right for you. Okay. So let's go ahead and you can get comfortable. I'm going to start the hypnosis session. So begin by closing your eyes and take a nice, deep, letting go breath. Already beginning to relax both mind and body. Letting those eyes close all the way down. That's right. And this is a time for you. A time for you to relax and let go. A time for you to begin to take control of your own life. And all that matters is that this is a time for you. Time for you to achieve the things that you want. Time for you to achieve the things that you absolutely deserve. And if you ever feel the need to move or scratch or adjust, feel free to do so, as this will just help you relax even further. And just know that whatever you're experiencing, you are doing it right. And now I would like you to understand how this process is going to work and how the transformation is taking place. As you're listening to me speak and walking through these fun exercises, your conscious mind is engaging in a certain way. And your unconscious mind, the part of you that's always paying attention to everything that's going on, now understands your intention. It's putting the pieces in place that allow the transformation to happen. So today on this call, you might just experience a glimpse of change. You might just notice at some point your body is just shifting and moving into a sigh of relief. And imagine relaxing every cell in your body now. Imagine one single cell in your body becoming loose and relaxed. And imagine a domino effect where every single cell surrounding that one cell becomes completely loose and relaxed until every cell in your entire body and mind are relaxed. And now imagine a color you love is forming at the top of your head. And don't overthink it. The first color that pops into your head is the right color for you today. Thinking of the name of that color out loud inside your mind to yourself now. Now, that color you love flowing in through the top of your head, all the way down through your body, through those relaxed cells, and out the bottoms of your feet. That color relaxing you, that color releasing you, that color taking you all the way down. This is a process of giving some rather simple instructions, and your mind and body already know how to make use of it. And I really want you to use today a very special skill that you have. I want you to engage your imagination because you really were born with an incredible imagination. And you can let those eyes relax even deeper down as your unconscious mind listens to every word I say, even as your conscious mind begins to drift and float. That's right. drift and float, sounds around you mattering less and less. Because again, this is a time for you, a time for you to achieve the things that you want, a time for you to achieve the things you absolutely deserve. I'm going to begin to count down from 5 to 1. With each number, you'll become more and more relaxed, more and more receptive to suggestions that are for your highest and greatest good. That's 5. Any adjustments you make just help you relax even further down. The number 4, appreciating the fact that this is a process that never involves a loss of awareness. Instead, it's a heightening of awareness. Like right now, only because I mention it, you can become aware of the feeling of surface beneath you, supporting your body, aware of the placement of your hands, aware of your breath, all these sensations guiding you deeper down. 3, every breath, every word, every thought, allowing you now to begin to move forward to that ability that you absolutely desire. The number 2 and 1, much, much deeper down, just going much, much deeper on down. That's right. Every single time you feel something, every time you think something, every time you do something, you are creating a new synaptic connection in your brain. You are creating a new neural pathway. And with repetition, this becomes stronger and stronger. This is how we form habits. Like sledding down a hill, the first time you carve the path. And every single time you go back down that hill, it cuts more and more of a groove, and it becomes easier and results come faster. The mind cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is imagined. And so imagining seeing yourself following through on the tiny habit that you picked. Imagining that you do one squat after you flush the toilet, or doing one push-up while your coffee brews. Maybe you do one jumping jack every time you close the fridge door. And think now what that habit is for you. And think, after I, and insert your anchor, I will insert your tiny habit. That's right. After I will. Right. And now imagine yourself celebrating the small win. Imagine giving a little fist bump and saying yes, or just smiling and saying to yourself, good job. Remember, this step is the most important. When we celebrate our wins, it sends messages to our brain that we want more of this. It rewires and hacks the reward centers in your brain till it slowly shifts your identity. You turn into someone who craves exercise. You use exercise as a reward, never as a punishment. You look forward to the feel-good chemicals that exercise and celebrating yourself gives you. And as you do, your habits will naturally scale. And imagine that over time, this habit grows. Over time, you become stronger and stronger. You stay consistent because it is easy. You keep promises to yourself. You trust yourself to keep going. And even if you begin to add more repetitions, even as you begin to make a habit out of exercise, you always at least do that one move. You keep this promise to yourself. Even if you're busy with work or family life, even if you or the kids are sick, you can always go back to that one single move, that one single habit. And imagine yourself smiling and celebrating yourself because you know this is enough to keep this habit going. You know that compounding efforts are better than one single big effort that you only do once in a while. Like a snowball, these tiny habits will roll into more healthy habits in your life. After enough repetition, after enough hypnosis, these become new habits that you get to enjoy. And think of all the reasons why you have the desire to keep going, and keep going. And your motivation is increasing just because you imagined all the reasons why you desire to keep going. You desire to keep going. You desire to keep making healthier choices. See, feel, and experience it yourself doing that now. You are worthy of the transformations that have already begun. Imagine yourself now. It's 5 years from now, and you haven't changed anything. Imagine maybe once in a while you get the urge to exercise. Maybe you do it for a while and then it dwindles. Maybe you get sore and stop. Maybe life gets in the way. Maybe you go back to the old habits of putting everybody else first. Notice what your body looks like. Is it the same as now or is it more unhealthy? Notice your thoughts about your body. Are you proud of yourself? Are you disappointed? Let's notice. And now I want you to drain all the color from that image, make it black and white or grayscale, and move it far into the distance, farther and farther, smaller and smaller, until you can't see that picture at all. And now imagine yourself 5 years from now, having established your tiny habit. Imagine how it started off super small and slow, but you gained consistency by making it easy. You established the habit by making it doable, and see how that compound effect has added up over time. Imagine how that one tiny habit has changed your body so much. Imagine like the domino effect, how this tiny habit has grown and multiplied and spread into other parts of your life like a positivity wave. Notice how your body looks. Notice what's better. Notice your thoughts about yourself and your body. Notice how proud you are of yourself. Make this picture very colorful, very vivid. Turn up the brightness of the colors. Make them twice as bright, twice as bold. That's right. And now bringing the picture close, so close that you could actually step into the picture. Go ahead and step into that picture as your ideal you. Feel how it feels to stand with confidence. Feel how your toned, tight muscles feel in your ideal body. Maybe even imagining yourself in the mirror, smiling at yourself because you are so proud of yourself. You can do this. You've got this. Keep going. You deserve this. Seeing yourself day in and day out, doing the tiny habit, no matter circumstances, because you are someone who exercises. You are an exerciser. And taking your time, allow yourself to integrate all you've learned here today. Allow yourself to absorb all of the powerful transformations you've experienced here today. Allow yourself to soak up all these wonderful feelings and resources into every single cell in your body, into every single subatomic particle of your being. Take your time. And once you've done that, let me know by putting a smile on your face. Good. Very, very good. And in just a moment, I'll begin to count you back up. With each and every single increasing number I say, you come back to the room, to this place, this time, remembering everything and feeling better than you felt in a long, long time. Perhaps feeling better than you've ever felt. 1, starting to come back now. 2, moving your feet and your toes. 3, moving your hands and your fingers. 4, that's right, lots of energy returning to the body. 5, remembering everything and feeling absolutely wonderful. 6, even more energy returning to the body now. 7, all the way up now. 8, feeling great. 9, getting ready to open those eyes. And 10, open your eyes, arms over the top of your head. The word is yes. Very good. Welcome back, everyone. So, I want to just share here. Again, just keep moving forward on this. It's so simple that we tend to just dismiss it. But I promise you, making it easier is going to make it more doable. So it's like this snowball here. It's just going to keep building and building until it's ginormous. It affects every aspect of your life. It's just going to be like that positivity wave going out into your life. So thank you. And So I'm going to drop a link here. I have a survey just to see what everybody's thoughts are. If you have any aha moments that you got, please drop them into the comments. I would love for testimonials that I can share. And the survey is going to help me come up with, you know, um, ways to do this better and more ideas for other workshops. So I would love if you can fill that out for me. Anybody have any questions? So it looks like you're talking, but you're muted.
I said, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to function for the rest of the day. I'm like a jellyfish. It was really great. Great hypnosis. I am really, whew. Yeah, it was, and you know what happened? You know how you kind of lose your train of thought sometimes? And at
Yeah.
one point, I don't know what you said, but I started to throw something with my hand. And I thought, oh, I wonder what that was. It was probably some suggestion about getting rid of something or something. I don't know, but it was funny. But my hand started to throw it away. So it was great. It was really good. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anybody else have any other comments or questions?
It was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. And I will send the recording. You guys can, if I can figure it out, I'll try to clip just the hypnosis part. No promises. Technology has been a sore spot lately. I used to be young and technology inclined, and now I'm just young, right?
Well, Becky, you've got
So
me beat by a mile. So
okay, well, thank you all. And since there's no questions, I wanted to, give a couple minutes in case anybody had questions. But if there's no questions, then I'll give you guys some time back in your day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
appreciate it.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Oh, I will email you the link to my survey. It'll be in an email. Okay. Thank
Great.
you. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks, Becky. Bye-bye.
Bye.